showing off all the 2023 strats.
It's gonna be hype.
I think the world record has come down a whole 7 minutes. Shoutouts to Tyrone18, the Italian king of Super Mario Odyssey. Really just like taking this
the
run
ice
to another
dungeon.
level. Really pushing the boundaries of this
Apparently
game.
a very easy dungeon.
Did give me
Very
a couple
quick
of extra
too,
strategies that I was able to kind of sprinkle in here. Hopefully I'm
Let's
able
hope
to
that's
do them
true.
justice here on the big stage. So the first kingdom we have is just Cap Kingdom. No moons to collect here. This game is
Just
pretty linear.
incredibly annoying.
There's not anything that you can do to like skip ahead of levels or anything like Super Mario 64 where you're like jumping ahead and like completely skipping entire areas of the game. You got to go through everything, and there is a minimum moon requirement for everything. So we do have to kind of respect that at the very least.
Yeah, in this room right here, you're going to be seeing kind of the main gimmick of this game, the capture mechanic, where Danger's going to be grabbing this froggy so he can jump up really high. And if he throws in little shake jumps, you can have it do that little bigger jump in the air and go up a little bit higher. You're also seeing a little minor usage of tech called some vectoring, where if he falls at the ground at kind of a diagonal, he falls to it a little bit faster, gaining more velocity. And now he's going for left side.
Oh. Just a little short, but that's okay. We just back it up with that.
Nice
very well backed up, yeah.
This boss will only be on the screen for just a second, so don't blink.
Yep, he's half dead. Now he's dead.
Just like that.
All right. Woo, good captain.
Thank you.
1 down, 13 kingdoms to go. Things get a little bit bigger from here. We're going to be going into the Cascade Kingdom with one of the biggest tricks in the run right off the bat. Dan, do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So for the longest time, up until around 2019, I think it was, the Dino Skip was utilized in Cascade Kingdom to skip what we thought was straight up to the boss, but you did have to go through a couple of cutscenes to get there. And more recently, in 2019, although that is like 4 years ago now that I think about it,
Right.
but it was discovered that you didn't actually have to go to those cutscenes, and unlike the name suggests, the Dino Skip did actually use the Dino, but now we do actually skip the Dino with Dino Skip Skip. We're great at naming things. Yeah, so you're gonna see Dangers as soon as he grabs this Power Moon, all of the cutscenes are over. He is going to be turning around and going away from where the game is expecting you to go.
That was
There's
terrible.
this tiny piece.
I can hear the claps beginning already. This is what I love
Also,
to
holy
see.
shit, Umam
There's
turned
a
to stone.
tiny piece of collision directly on the wall. You need a very specific position and height setup to reach it, but if you reach it, you can jump and then use that to scale the whole wall.
That's what I'm going to try.
This is very precise.
A little low. I'll give it another try, though.
That's alright.
A little low again.
It's okay.
Okay, one more try, and if it doesn't work, then we can just go the other way. That's fine.
Are you gonna make
yeah,
you?
yeah. We'll skip
Oh,
it.
shit.
Basically, you just use that rock wall. You can climb up it. Saves about 10 seconds from having to go over here, which is to say, using the Dino Skip. But also, something to mention, that little
misclicked.
timer thing that we were doing at the beginning,
Well, at least
unfortunately,
Umag
we will
isn't
have to do a
stone.
little bit of a manual version of it, but it won't
Do
use us too
people
much time
turned
at all.
into stone
We'll
still get
explain that a little
XP?
bit more when we get to Sand Kingdom, but we do get to see the dino, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, you would not be in the run otherwise. And there's this conveniently
just
placed
fire.
little trampoline, which you place yourself correctly, jump all the way up, and dive into the boss arena. Well done.
Very nice.
Now we've got the Mad and Brutal fight here. We are going to try to make a sandwich with the Golden Chain Chomp. We're going to throw out Cappy, get Mario on the other side, and then make the Oreo right here by pinning it between it, and then knocking off the hat, bringing in Cappy, re-grabbing it, while also picking up these coins and setting it up again. Get it in its full extension, then knock it back out. Bing, bang, bong, grab it,
No.
knock it back, fight done, well done.
We used it at that full extension. If it's any shorter than that, they'll just like chase you around the arena. You'll waste lots of time. So, and this is our first multi-moon.
We're 3 whole moons.
That's right.
And conveniently, Cascade Kingdom needs 5 Power Moons in order to get out of here, so you kind of intended, so let's get that first Power Moon called our first Power Moon. These 3, and then we got one more. Should I suggest the thing we talked about earlier?
You want to do that?
I kind of want to suggest it. All right. If y'all
It might
hate
be
this,
fun.
we're going to try it for this moon right here. All right. In years past, we've done moon. In years past, we've done Try this with me. When you would do that, go, bruh. Everyone try it on this moon.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't get the clip either.
Everyone
That's okay.
officially
Coming
is
out here.
desync on XP
Yeah,
now.
again, well backed up.
Well, if
So
you're
we're
gonna
entering
go
Sand Kingdom now.
in,
That's
may as
Cascade
well go
Kingdom out
all
of the way.
in.
First 5 moons, bit of a tutorial level. Sand Kingdom is where things open up a lot. Now, that little timer thing that I was doing at the beginning with the switch clock and stuff like that, I had about a 10-second window. Unfortunately, missed some of the tricks. I missed my window, so I have to do it manually, but it gives me a little bit of a learning experience for you guys at home. So there are these little seeds that you can plant in the seed pots, and they actually are supposed to take 20 real-time minutes to grow, but by using daylight savings time is what I was trying to do. You plant the seed in the pot. Daylight savings time happens on the Nintendo Switch. It goes forward an hour and grows immediately. So that's kind of like a free time save, but I can show you that you can manually do it at home just by going into your Switch menu. So
You're looking for your no reset runs and everything. You might notice we're playing in, I believe, simplified Chinese?
this is traditional.
It's traditional Chinese. You have all sorts of language options here. This saves about 10-15 seconds over the course of an 80% run. Just speed up that text just a little bit. But now we're getting into the first big chunky kingdom of the run. We got the Sand Kingdom. We got to get 16 power moons here. And this is one of those kingdoms where the route has changed to 80%, seemingly over 100 times.
Oh, for sure.
On different little variations.
That's right. Every single time it gets showcased somewhere, it's different. So that's that seed that I'm talking about.
Intentional little bonk there.
Maybe I'm not allowed to run away from
on the knockback.
So I'm just going to go ahead and set it forward an hour.
cockatoos.
Pretend that all happened automatically in a perfect world.
That was some nice menuing, though.
I was gonna actually say,
Anyway,
I
I'm
was
fucking dead.
all over the menus. Like, I go into the controller batteries settings. There's a lot going on.
Now you can see that it is just fully grown just like that. So I love this already.
this is great. This is the greatest idea I've ever come up with. It's awesome.
All right. Oh no.
This run should have started after
Let's try
midnight.
this again.
That's definitely the vibe. All right. So this is a really cool strat right here with the bird. He's going to go down to the ground, triple jump with the cancel right there. And I was going to try to do it up there. That was a really good option play by Dangerous right there. And now make our way up. He's going to be very careful throughout the course of the Sand Kingdom
Just
to
spam the
actually
spells, I
keep certain
suppose.
things off camera. Otherwise, there is a platform that is way off in the ruins that would be moving off screen. And as is the case with a lot of video games, if something is not on screen, then it doesn't actually exist.
Right. Yeah. So, something that's cool about this newer Sand Kingdom route that we were talking about, we actually have to pay attention to this platform at 2 separate places. So here you need to make sure it's not in the way when you do this up throw, so you can capture this bullet bill for a dram strat.
For the Dram Strat, the capture warp that everybody's
So cool, love that.
And now from here on out as well, you need to pay attention to where the platform is for a different trick that happens right at the end of the kingdom, using an out of bounds clip with that platform. So,
I love
We
it.
are so chilled here right now. And you might have noticed back there that that power moon he got out of the crate, like, oh, he's just leaving it there. I love routing like this. So just remember that
Why?
scene over there.
Oh,
No!
that's not where you go. Oh boy. Okay.
bruh,
That's just a bruh right there.
Oh, we're all the way back here. Okay, so
it's alright.
we're
Yeah,
gonna,
so we can get back over there.
yeah, we'll figure this out.
Yeah,
While we're doing that, do we have time for a donation?
Bruh is actually with me right now.
We have
For real,
$25
for real.
from Stanjo, who says, I absolutely love watching Super Mario Odyssey at GDQ, especially when Dangerous is running it. Now the question is, will the crowd clap for each moon collected? The answer is no. Spike Vegeta had the idea, he said it out loud, and now here we are for the rest of the night. Thank you very much.
Alright, so
And we're back on track.
back on track.
Bruh.
Yo, so obviously, a couple of mishaps here early on. Dangerous is like That's what Dangerous is like.
I am like, bruh.
But Dangerous is doing a really good job of just like thinking about where his cycles are going to be at any time.
Like a run?
This might work.
This would be a really fast cycle if you can squeeze in there.
We can't run away from them. It just,
Oh,
I got
I was a little
absolutely
too fast for my own
unlucky.
good, but that's okay. We just have to wait for him to
close.
come back. So this is part of the
Literally
newest
at
Sand Kingdom route is
worst,
this thing right here.
worst could
So we
be.
let go of the ledge just at the right time and throw Cappy into the wall, and we're able to just kind of slip through the wall. The platform pushes us in. We can grab this moon while we're out of bounds, stay out of bounds, and get into the back of this little Sphinx vault here, where we can get lots of coins and another moon.
I can hear people put a different level of stake on each of them. Some are like, bro! Someone's back there like deadlifting, but also throwing the blood in.
Whoa, you went through the bench in the hall area? That's crazy. I've never seen anyone do that.
Just threading the needle.
That actually scared the crap out of me. I thought you were gonna bonk. And they're just rolling at the bench for no reason.
Yeah, you learn when you run this game that the hardest thing to do is not bonk.
Yes.
Mario wants to bonk. That nose of his is just effortless. It wants to bonk on
At least it doesn't
everything on the
stun.
screen. Yeah, I've always had the same thought watching Dangerous. He slips right between the bench and the little pole right
You like
there.
flinch a little bit.
Like,
And some
don't do it.
of the hitboxes are like huge. There's like rocks that like extend all the way to Argentina, and
Yeah.
it's easy to bonk on those.
Yeah, at the beginning of Sand Kingdom, when you're going towards the sea, there's this one pole that I swear has a hitbox that extends like probably at least 3 times the actual pole. You can bonk like on nothing directly next to that pole. It's really funny.
Yeah,
I love the
exactly.
clip system on the Switch where you can always, because every Super Mario Odyssey runner has an angry clip. I'll be like, how did I block on this?
Oh, for
You're
sure.
just, it's dead air just sitting out there. I feel like I got to play Super Mario 64 TikTok clock.
I went past the angry clips and I just started spamming screenshots anytime I got mad. That's my rage outlet.
Well, one thing that would make everyone really happy is if we were able to unlock that chef incentive. We're currently at $9,411 out of the needed $15,000 to make that happen. Thank you, everyone, but keep those donations coming in. We have to beat that by Luncheon Kingdom, and we're kind of going fast today, so that's not going to be a lot of time.
Danger's going to 4.
Oh, did you get it?
Maybe.
It's a circle.
Let's go!
Okay, that variation of leg clip is a 2-frame window with a very precise position setup.
I am
That
very
is-
happy I got that. That was one of the ones that Tyrone was showing me. He was like, you gotta get this, you gotta nail this. And she
That
did,
is-
so I'm super happy I got that
That is so sick.
What happened? What did we do? And right there, you might have noticed that as he went out of bounds, he not only dropped down to get the moon, he did an up throw with Cappy in order to hit that checkpoint,
Bruh.
so he could warp back up, get the moon, and then drop down and continue along the way. Now we're just going to get 3 more relatively simple moons. I think this is a great time to once again, what did we just clap for?
Yeah, what was the excitement back there? Or was it just that I got...
Oh,
That's right.
I know what y'all clap for. I think, well, I just saw a number on screen. I was like, oh, that's pretty.
Numbers are very exciting.
Numbers
That's
are
true.
But yeah, make sure you unlock that chef's outfit. We need it by the start of the Luncheon Kingdom. Dangerous is pretty fast. He's already on the 4th kingdom, and that's only the 11th kingdom that we're going to be going to. So keep it rolling in, gamers. Nice little show off.
We can just talk to the lady through the wall.
Yeah, set yourself up in a little first person.
I keep
That's it,
accidentally
like,
double tapping
kingdom
for some
in,
reason.
out. One thing you might notice that's different than a lot of strats, if you watched... If
No idea
you
what's
follow
causing
the
that.
time,
I'm
you
literally
watched
just
Odyssey
tapping.
80% run, the Sniper Vita's run back in 2018, is that a lot of the story moons, we have slowly found out, we can just start cutting them.
Right.
So there's a boss fight here again that you could have fought.
Yeah. And it's funny how long the cutscenes that are attached to those boss fights are, because that boss fight isn't that long,
No.
and it gives you
Like 10
3
seconds.
moons.
Yeah.
And it's still faster to go out of your way to get 3
Who are
other
you?
moons
Yeah.
because of all the cutscenes attached to
It's
them.
because of the main principle of it is like you can't speed up the cutscenes. They're there. They're
Yeah.
they're stuck. They're fixed. But if you replace it with movement, that movement can always get better. So
For real.
That being said, we're now going into the Wooded Kingdom, which is definitely one of the most difficult kingdoms of all time. This will always be one of the hardest kingdoms to do in any percent.
the very vertical kingdom, lots of stuff can go wrong.
Got a little rock juggle right here, barely baiting that bunny in place, and then throwing that rock into another rock to then get that moon, come back as the moon is spawning it as the bunny.
It's better to assume they're terrifyingly powerful than
It's so good. I love it. This is my
pathetically
favorite
weak.
variation. Odyssey every year grows in the crowd. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, sounds good. Also, while you're making your way towards it, I do
Check
want to
this
touch
out.
up on moon clips because you did do a moon clip in Lake, but you did a very hard variation of them. You did the triple jump clip, and that is not what we're going to be seeing coming up here after one more moon. Basically, if there's a moon that's able to be spawned next to a wall, you can pretty much use that to clip out of bounds.
Yes.
Flying
And
didn't work.
the setup is you do a backflip, and then you cap through
Also
about
those
the
are
peak of
damaging
the
fast.
backflip, and what that does
Ice
is
armor.
it tilts Mario sideways and pushes him backwards, and then you can interrupt that by grabbing the moon, and that can push you backwards through a wall.
Ooh,
Hell
I did
yeah.
not get it this
That
time.
is not what happened, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, not this time, no. But that's okay. There is a
Drop
backup
that.
route for this.
Yep.
Nutclip
I also
was
got a
like
silver
the one that
gauntlet.
I was just telling you about. That Microvita was here at GDQ when it was discovered.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have changed the route to kind of eliminate some of the story stuff. So there is still some new stuff to see in this Wooded Kingdom here, like running up this ramp.
It makes no sense that you could do that, but he was able to do it, and now having some beautiful spin power
Sorceress.
movement into a cap return jump, into that beautiful corkscrew, and grab that moon. Beautiful stuff, and now we're going to keep going. Immediately roll canceling it to have that beautiful vector down to this nut,
Bruh.
get another bruh, and head over to the nut in the red maze.
We're also really making good progress on our incentive. Less than $5,000 to go to unlock the chef's outfit. Keep it rolling, everyone.
Yes, chefs.
Let's go. We need our yes chefs in chat. Dropping out beautiful deep capture into another corkscrew. Down we go. And for those quick little backup moves that we have to pick up because we missed the clip, we're going to take out that piranha and grab his story moon in just a little bit. Perfect movement up here to get up on top of the nut, have another corkscrew, and then immediately jump up in the air as you break it so that you keep yourself elevated.
Whoa!
Roll off of this and gain a little bit of speed, rounding this corner and up to your story moon.
Yeah.
Beautiful sequence of movement there, Dangers.
It's funny how just running around and doing the movement in this game, there's so much to talk about.
Oh,
Like, there's
yes.
so much happening. Like, you can just keep talking the entire time and there's not a cutscene. It's
How much has been meticulously studied to like figure out how to do all this stuff. That's the beauty of a game like this.
oh, for sure.
Even
Speaking
up
of
with
which-
this right here, yeah. There's supposed to be a flower road switch you can use right there. No, we're just going to triple jump vector all of that, cat bounce our way up, bust another one of these, get another moon, and make our way over to the tower, where Spewart, another one of the bunnies, are. But we may not be fighting him. We'll see what happens.
Maybe not.
Spirit's too much story for me.
And I absolutely love those instant captures. We get to kind of highlight each of the various movements throughout this, where if you can throw Cappy kind of around the backside of an enemy, you can knock their hat off and then instantly capture them. Utilizing a little baby skip right there to extend the uproot around that corner, jump up, and get that other moon without having to slowly go around the flower road. Flower roads are slow. We don't want to use them. Spewart's up there. We don't care about bringing peace to this kingdom. We're dropping down, and we're going to immediately go to this nut around the corner. That is its name, canonically by Nintendo. I'm not making that up. And get underneath it to get those quick little double hits to get another moon. And with that, we are going into the final two moves of this kingdom. We're going to the infamous flooding pipeway right here. Very cycle-based stuff. Have to wait around in the water. Danger's going to be going for, I imagine, a little bit of a difficult skip. See if he can get it.
I might as well give it a try. Why not?
I need to get away.
Oh, not like that. Just
Man.
maybe like a frame late on my press.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's another one of the triple jump moon clips, except unlike the one in Lake, that one is actually frame.
But I don't
perfect.
know
You
how
have
to get
have a
out.
very specific setup and throw Cappy on one particular frame.
Yeah, extremely complicated. Like I said, shoutouts to Tyrone18. He's doing runs on in Super Mario Odyssey all the time. He's the
Oh.
goat. If you want to see that trick be done, that's where you go. That's where you go.
For sure.
Well, we're going to the next
Super
world.
well backed up. Go ahead, Char Buddy. Give us
Oh,
some
nice, a
Excuse me, we're going to the next world.
treasure.
I would love to share some
Hooray.
community. We have
Please do.
Hooray.
$10 from Aiden of Passiville who says, Dangers,
Hooray.
you're on the GDQ stage.
Hooray.
I'm so proud of you.
Hooray.
It's been incredibly,
Oh,
absolutely
forced
incredible to watch
encounter.
you
Oh,
literally this game over
7
the past 4 years.
crosswolves.
Best of luck
Kill
on the
them
run,
now.
Chef. Less than 3.
Thank you, Chef.
We also have $25 from Chainlinks, who says, Hiya Dangers, Chainlinks here. Super awesome to finally see you live on the big stage. Me and the rest of the Mod Magpies and all of your community are sending you all our love and know you are going to crush it. Get those moves. Yes, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
We're at
I am actually really
$10,500
glad I
for
made a
incentives,
save
So getting closer, but
on the entrance.
Dangers is also
This
getting closer
dungeon
to
is
Luncheon
fucking
Kingdom.
annoying.
Please help get those donations in soon. How long do you say we have until we get to that incentive?
20 minutes.
About 20 minutes. Yeah, we're about 20 minutes away from Luncheon Kingdom here.
Alright,
so
Chad,
we're
time
gonna
for your own
float
speedrun
through
20
this
minute
room.
estimate. Let's see if we can make it happen.
All right, we're in Cloud Kingdom here, so we have to fight my dad. Sorry, we need to fight Bowser.
Hey, yo, on main?
We're gonna come over here. We're gonna ground pound the ground over here. Luigi's in the ground. And maybe with good timing, I can get the hat just in time. So that Luigi hint art was really good because we need some coins.
Yeah, coins.
That's what I'm thinking about right now.
Right.
Just points.
We're gonna punch him one more time with this game. You have any more donations? Okay, we're not. Alright. Let's just keep punching. So yeah, he's gonna fake out
Nope.
this time.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
There we go.
Not a bit. Well done, buddy. Woo!
Now, in the interview, I said Lost Kingdom
Shit.
is my favorite kingdom, and that's like half true. Lost
Shit.
Kingdom is my favorite kingdom if everything goes right, but
Right.
it's a scary one.
Yeah, it's a.
What
very
the actual
difficult
fuck do I
kingdom
do
filled with
against
one
these guys?
death poison, So.
Yeah.
And Klepto.
And
The bird.
Klepto.
The bird is there invoking fear in the hearts of
Yes.
many.
Unfortunately, a bird that you must avoid. I usually like birds.
I don't know why that happens sometimes.
Yeah, shouldn't mess with any cycles or anything, though. He's going to try to get a beautiful cat vault right there. Just enough to be able to make it up that gap. Off to, oh, what a backup. What a backup. That was an unbelievable read on Danger's part. He got Cappy intercepted, still went into the end zone for the touchdown. That was beautiful.
That was crazy.
I can't, you are a legend.
Yeah, I can't even begin to describe how, like, the roller coaster of emotions I just felt.
That was cat-like reflexes, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I just did that.
I'm losing my mind, dude. It was so cool. All right. So you saw right there, Danger's throw. Cappy's going to try to do a little bit of a cute movement where whenever Cappy comes back to you, and then you press A, that'll give you that kind of vault and jump up in the air. It gives you similar jump height to like a double jump right there, and that gives him enough height to be able to get up to the moon and the tree.
Right.
This kingdom is so fast, like 3 moons went by in that explanation.
Here's another attempted trick. Basically, once again, this comes back to if something's off screen, it doesn't exist.
I can
So
take
what
on a
he
single
actually
sorcerer,
did
right?
there is he unloaded all of the
Mute the
blocks
shit out of
behind the block with the moon in it. And
White out.
because they were unloaded, the torpedo went straight through and hit the block that had the moon in it.
Oh, get it in. What?
What is
missed.
happening?
What?
You're
Am
going
I
into
allowed-
a wall
Am I
slide.
allowed to say it? That's never happened before.
That's never happened before.
I,
Bruh.
bruh.
That is definitely a bruh moment.
Dangerous, you have probably done this 10,000 times.
At least,
I've never seen that
Yeah,
happen.
this is-
I'm assuming
Mute.
you've never seen it happen.
I've never seen it happen.
Alright,
So.
we'll just have to wait for that one. That's okay.
Alright, well, he's still normal attacks though, and those can still insta-kill.
Death Divine drop down to this last moon.
Shit.
Ooh. Dangerous
Oh
on
my
like the
God.
first frame possible time that down to the up throw, the dive back into a bouncing back up and making his way out of there, avoiding the poisonous, deathly Kool-Aid or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was very clean.
We did get some cool stuff in that Lost Kingdom. I'm about to have heart palpitations.
I was gonna say, that's really for a ride.
That's why it's my favorite kingdom. It's always a thrill.
That was a top 5 dive in Mario Odyssey speedrunning history. That was because like a lot. That's I think also one of the beauties of this game is the speedrun is that it is a system built in where you can save yourself, right?
Right.
We all had something where like we fell under a platform and then threw Cappy and dove and went round the button back up around the platform or something. That was kind of that moment right there. Dangerous on the first frame realized what was happening and then dove to safety. And then really lost like almost no time on top of that. Anyways, we're in the Metro Kingdom. This place is beautiful.
Yeah. The movement, even for just the very beginning of this game, has evolved so much since this was last showcased. So here, this awning jump has been optimized to oblivion. It's going to be doing a Shirane bounce there on the wall, immediately into a long jump, triple jump, using that to get on top of the building, and then long jumping straight back down to the moon.
Absolutely gorgeous opening movement there from Dangerous. And now gonna roll off of the side and then just bounce off of the Goomba, give you that little bit of extra height to cut out the cat throw when you don't need it.
Cheeky little spin throw roll cancel there. It's easier to keep forward momentum with spin throw roll cancels than it is with any other roll cancel. And straight into a City Hall cycle skip here, getting on that elevator early into some double Shirane bounce action to get straight up on the pole. Very, very, very clean.
There's no
This movement's
sorceress
so
here, right?
fancy.
Very nice. Very nice.
And it's
Rob!
not done yet. Now we gotta jump across this entire gap. We are gonna fall a long way down if he doesn't make this, but
Just kill
easy
it quick.
stuff for Mr. Dangerous.
All right.
Very tricky there because the camera likes to fight you. But we made it work.
Going over some of like the little subtle movements, you can see him doing little spin throws all the time. That just allows you to have a wider radius and catch things from just a little bit further away. That's one of those that saves frames every time, but it adds up to a ton of time by the end of the run for the hundreds of times you're going to do it. Now we're into the Mecha Wiggler fight. We're going to have to take him out in
You're
2
serious?
cycles right here.
Right. And this second cycle is the only real major instance of RNG
That's
in the run. There are 11 places that the Wiggler can go after Danger's done with this, and there's 2 separate patterns they can get with each location. So in total, there's 22 separate Wiggler patterns. Let's see which one he gets here. I do not know any of these.
this one I think is all right actually.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, so now he's got to space these properly to try to take them out.
Okay.
So that's the 7 pattern.
Nice. The 7. It's
That is what it's called.
Oh, that is what it is.
I'm guessing there was a fire bell
Nice.
back in
So this
the
game
Magma
has been
Cave.
meticulously picked apart. It's got one of
In
the
the
biggest
volcano
security
that I
communities
missed.
of all time. Right to the
So I
point of
guess I
like,
won't be able
you
to
know,
find out what's
analyzing
trading in all
RNG
the...
in this fight and like coming up with names for every single one of the 22
Right.
patterns and stuff like that. Top runners have broken it down, figured out exactly what you need to do for all of them. Every single pattern can be 2 cycled. There are optimum ones, obviously, but
Bruh.
Hooray! Bruh! And bro, we've only got about 2.5k to go on this incentive. Let's keep the hype going for the chef costumes.
We got Charbunny saying, bruh, let's go.
Look what you've done to me,
Shout out to
Tito.
Charbunny, one of the greatest hosts we've ever had. She's amazing. Let's go. Thank you.
that's right, that's right. We've only got Metro, Snow,
Hey,
and
Mama.
Seaside left before we get to Luncheon Kingdom, so we got very small amount of time left to get in for the chef. So,
Now making his way across, he's going to be coming up here on the scooter clip. So normally, you use this dude, use an RC car. Or, from a very intense, basically flipping your Pro Controller upside down, you are able to barely lean Mario in there and get that in. Now, going over to the side, Cappy has already snapped onto the pylon, snapped right to it, and jumped down to the greatest moon in the game. No hole in one. We're talking to bench trains.
Yep. I do want to mention a little tiny optimization that he did there as well. On the garbage ground pound moon, he actually ground pounded on the very edge to save like a very small fraction of a second, but it prevented the garbage from actually like going all over the place, which reduces lag.
Wow. True. Yeah, obviously it's a more modern game, unlike Majora's Mask I was playing earlier, but Metro Kingdom is a very laggy kingdom, easily the most laggy. So anywhere where you can save that
Yeah, the
little
bell
bit of frames, that's
increases
amazing.
the elemental.
And now you gotta hear the slot
Properties.
spoon. This is kind of an unconventional way to do it. Just one spin throw barely catches all of them. A very difficult strat, actually. And now making his way up for some
Alright,
cool
that
movement
counts.
to get over to another very cool sub area.
As long as they aren't sorcerers.
Ebola
It's
Bill.
awesome.
I was so glad when this was out 100% years ago. Again, cutting as many story moons as we can.
Frost dragons.
Jumping from pole to pole, over to the last pole, making our way over, getting this dumpster moon, and Dangerous wants to make sure his movement is as clean as possible so that he can make his way over and do a little spin pound into an up throw, into an instant capture, knocking out the
Very
hat
nice.
and grabbing the bullet bill, which is much faster than Mario to get over to this last moon. Once again, beautifully done stuff. This is an absolutely fantastic Metro Kingdom from Dangerous so far. We still got another 7 moves to go. This is the most demanding kingdom at 20 power moves needed to get to the end.
Yeah, the segment after Night Metro, after you defeat the Wiggler, I would say is the hardest segment in the entire
Yes.
run. Like this kingdom is not easy at all.
Very
It's
unforgiving.
just flying through it. So
Yeah, it's definitely, I'll say lovingly named by the Super Mario Odyssey Spirit community as New Bomb City,
Yup.
because it's very easy, especially all of this. Dangerous is having to space all those perfectly to just dive onto each spot before he goes up to the next one. The beautiful little cheeky spin down to drop down to this moon right here. The man's on fire. He's got to drop into the pool.
get the bullseye, get the bullseye,
Bullseye, bullseye.
bullseye.
Hey!
I'll take it. Yeah.
I love this crowd. Y'all are killing it tonight.
Keep it up. Keep it
Yeah,
up.
we are. Yeah.
Wait. That's alright. So what he was trying to set up for there was a reverse people's room. If you do a triple jump off that trash can, you can actually get these moons out of order. It saves about 1 second, but if you fail it like that, you don't really lose
They
any
weren't there
time.
last
Yeah,
time.
still very cool movement, including cutting out that middle hole right there in order to just make it 2 little swingy doozies
Yeah.
to get over to the last one. And that is 20. I want to give big shouts. Dangerous absolutely killed it there. And I want to hear if people throwing down donations are killing it. I'm seeing that total. We need 115,000. We got 20 more power moons to go before we're going to need it. Charba, do you have any donations to help get us there?
Oh, you know we do. We're now less than $2,000 away from that chef outfit. Thank you, everyone, for getting those donations in.
As
We
long as
have
they're fine.
$250 from Resident, who says Dangerous is the best, sweetest speed burp ever. Get that chef suit on. Well, we're working on it.
Yes, chef.
We also have $10 from Blue Antoid, who says this Mario
They're
Odyssey
always
run
somewhat
is
in line.
redonkulous. Let's see Chef Mario. Thank you so much.
Yes, chef.
We also have $50 from Notepad, who says let him cook.
I would love to cook. I would love to cook, Charbon. Alright, so Snow Kingdom, this is another one of those kingdoms that I was like, hey Tyrone, give me some tips, what can we do? So I'm adding something really brand new and
Oh,
fresh.
yeah.
Something that has just been kind of added into these any % speedruns recently. And it's kind of a testament that like there are still people finding like really intense and crazy optimizations that like 2 years ago we might have found and been like, nah, we're not going to put this in the run ever. Like this is way too crazy.
Right.
There's no way this is going to save time. And yet here we are in 2023 and we're
The
making
room
it
is just
happen.
a
So
shit
I
ton
hope
of
I can
money
do
and
it
they
justice.
want it.
Exactly. This is, like you were saying, this is a trick that was found years ago. Like, this is something that's been known, but is only now working its way into the very upper echelon of Super Mario Odyssey speedruns.
That's right.
Oh. Got it.
So we got a couple moons here. He's going to have to make his way up with some good verticality to get to this moon, get a little shot moon. And here in a little bit, he's going to be going for another little clip right here, utilizing a moon to just barely push himself out of bounds. So a little bit of a reroute here to make sure he can end on this moon that he needs to clip out of bounds for.
Just do a little
Nice
shopping.
wall skill heals at least.
There's a total 3 shopping moons now in any %, so he does need to make sure there's a
Only
little bit of
came
coin
sooner.
routing involved in order to buy 3 different shop moons, all costing 100 apiece. And man, could they not have just put it as the first slot? You have to remember to not overmatch and not jump into the little heart upgrade there.
Ramera got really
Yeah,
unlucky.
coming up here is going to be not a clip that we were talking about, but it is another out of bounds clip. This is a Snow Kingdom moon clip.
If you're bulky enough, this is technically
That one only loses a
a
second.
pretty similar
That's
grinding
the
spot.
smallest out of bounds. You're out of bounds for about 3 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
You would just have a straighter line directly into this.
Into this little alcove
yeah.
over here, yeah. It's funny that I missed all of the backflip moon clips, but got the triple jump
Yeah,
one.
It is.
The much harder version.
Don't really
Peninsula
understand what
Power.
that's about.
Speaking of triple jumps, I love that momentum right there, utilizing the Taifu in order to dart all the way across that room, keeping tons of momentum. Also make sure to keep this Typhoon
Nice
right here
insta-capture.
just a little bit off screen so you can manipulate its cycle just a little bit. And you might say like, oh, that looked unfortunate, one got to stay alive. That was actually intentional by Dangerous right there because the camera doesn't have to zoom out, zoom back in as much, and he actually saves a little bit of time in the process.
Yeah, very, very clean. Goomba Room? That's not Goomba Room. That
Not
is
Goomba-
Poison Room.
Oh yeah, that's Poison Room. Yeah. So, yeah, we got Goomba Room coming up right after this.
And this is where the new clip is going to take place. Up until very, very, very recently, everyone that was doing Super Mario Odyssey any % speedruns would not collect this move first in this sub-area. But we have some new shenanigans to pull.
That's right. The bros are a little weak on the story moons. I think we need to work on our team.
They're always the most awkward, like, bruh.
People, like, almost had it going during my Darker run last year by the end of a 3-hour run.
500 of those suckers. Yeah. Alright, so here is the setup right here. He's going to be trying to grab a specific part of the ledge. Going to have to get rid of this Goomba right here. Stay in position. See up.
Not quite.
Hey, that's alright.
It's alright.
Pretty good.
Nice pick. Sounds
Oh,
very
I thought it was
fragile
that.
I thought it was good, too.
and useless.
Okay.
Yeah, as you can see, it's slippery. We're on ice.
Alright. Let's try this again, Mario.
There's an axe.
Up until recently, we thought there was no way we were going to be able to do this.
Yeah. I can't overstate how difficult this is, even with a camera setup.
Yeah, the problem is, like, it is, like, basically pixel perfect on the camera setup. Oh, my goodness. Alright. This is the one I can feel it.
Yeah!
Oh!
No! Oh, that's tragic.
That's tragic.
That's
Yes,
actually tragic.
Hey, we're right here. Do it again. Chat, give Dangers your energy. Chat, live chat. Woo! I can't not call them chat.
Yeah!
And yes, chef.
The back-to-back. That was crazy.
Woo!
Alright, we're not done in Snow Kingdom, though. One more.
And now we have another incredibly difficult trick, the Snow Dram right here, utilizing every single move in the toolbox with the veteran, with the hat twirl.
Very
Just
nice.
make it onto that platform and get his 10th and final move.
And with that, we have met the Yes Chef in
Good
We are going
timing
to...
for one kingdom away, so.
Perfect timing, everyone. Thank you so much. We will get to see that chef costume in Luncheon Kingdom.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
So for a little bit of context, that jump that I just did was probably the hardest thing we were doing in Super Mario Odyssey back in 2018. So
Yeah.
all of the out of bounds stuff and like all the other crazy stuff that you've seen so far has all been compounded on top of that. And that almost makes it look like child's play now.
Any percent at the highest level is so incredibly intimidating. How much people have tried to push it. It used to be. You were talking about this earlier, Dangerous. How Seaside.
We're gonna hopefully beat
was like
Filthy
the brain
Stinking Rich
kingdom.
by the end of this.
I'm just
And
gonna
look how far they are, look at
Not
that.
anymore.
Not even close. You get a lot of moons in ways you were not supposed to get them in this kingdom now.
This is the out of bounds kingdom. Fishes, they gonna be clipping.
He's gonna run.
That's
Not to
a
mention,
I'm
yeah,
sick of this.
this beginning movement is already just utilizing so many things. Very nice.
Yeah, every time you see him go up and do a cat bounce that's like right at a wall, it's him manipulating the spacing just perfectly. So that he can just dive into it and immediately get that little boost up, and then Cappy comes back to him.
We made it.
Yep.
Going in another very unintended way to get up here into a beautiful up throw, give himself that dive. That was so sexy. I love that. Do it again.
But there's no moon there anymore.
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't care. Do
For
it
the
again.
content, come on.
That's fine. You got 7 more moves to get. Let's go get this fish. Love every time Dangerous is doing a strat like that, where he does a roll cancel to convert all that roll momentum into a diagonal, throw out Cappy, and then bounce off him to get through as much of the water as he can as possible. And now we're going for the fish and chip.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's okay.
that's unfortunate.
Could have a little 6-second time save there, but yeah, no biggie.
Sometimes you can get that chest to push you through the wall, and then you can kind of cut all the corners on this little secret pathway that I'm doing
Right.
out of bounds. But don't
It's
worry,
a
we will still
rock.
go out of bounds in this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guarantee
Anyway, I
you
am
will be going
not
out of bounds in this kingdom.
dealing with
Yeah.
this shit.
Just kind of imagine that moon where we had to go through the tunnel. Basically, you just go underneath, grab that moon from the
What?
bottom, and then clip back up into bounds right here to get this moon. With that, we just got 4 quick moons left to go.
Nice.
Grab
Hey
these
guys,
two,
I
and
found
we're
a
gonna set
glitch.
up for another clip. And I tell everybody, if you want to get into Super Mario Odyssey speedrunning, I know a lot of what you're watching Dangers do here right now might look super intimidating.
I'm
I
saving.
could never run this game. I run this game.
That's what these stats are for.
I know. Any of you could run this game, and this is the first trick you should learn.
Oh, yeah.
It is as simple as laying it out there. You move away from it so it doesn't eject your seat yourself back, and you're able to get just enough out of bounds to be able to get this moon, keep going down, head into where you're supposed to be answering the questions of the Sphinx, and get this moon as well.
Very nice.
Alright, nice Seaside Kingdom. Really beautiful movement right there.
All right,
Alright.
it's time to cook.
It's time to cook.
It is time to let this man cook.
Chefs online?
Yes, chef.
Shout out to ADF for the Ratatouille run, by the way. The best meme of the 2023 SGDQ by far. All right, I am ready to cook. Are you guys ready to cook?
I'm ready
That's
to cook.
fantastic.
Not only is Luncheon Kingdom where we're going to be cooking, but it's also probably one of the most impressive changes, in my opinion, to the Any Percent
Oh,
run
for sure.
over the time that it's been developed.
I have to give a shout out to my good friend J Hobbs 296, also an interview team with me. Years ago, he theorized that he thought what he called a vegan route would be the most optimal thing for luncheon. Meatless, cheeseless, which if you know that man, he only eats meat and cheese. That's what's really funny. And it turns out that actually is the fastest route for Luncheon Kingdom right here. We're going to skip the meat, we're going to skip the cheese, and we're going to skip even fighting Spewer.
Exactly.
Beautiful movement right there at the start to be able to get just enough height off that salt pile. And he's
Right.
over here.
Yeah, and this really just emphasizes how slow story moves are. Because by skipping the story move with this jump that Dangerous is about to do here, it reduces your movement options. Oh, you're fine.
I'm cooking, but
Yeah,
not
you're
in the way that I
cooking.
want
You're
it.
cooking.
My man's cooking.
You're good.
So you see this platform that he's about to get over to. Imagine this entire rectangle. He can't hover over any of it. That
Right.
entire thing is a boss arena.
Very nice. Okay, got the skip.
There we go.
And what I was going to say is that by doing that, you reduce your movement options later in the kingdom significantly. There are no Potaboos
Really?
or lava bubbles spawned for the entire rest of the kingdom, so you need to use Mario's movement to bounce over big lava gaps.
Yeah, starting off right here. So in order to be a chef, Danger's on the fly today made a new route for you all to get 15 regional coins so he can buy the chef's outfit.
That's right.
So there's the first 3 of them getting off that fork. Grab 3 right here. And make our way into the slots. This is going to be the same as we saw with the slot spoon earlier, but it's even tighter because you got to go 5 wide on it. So he's got to make sure his movement is frame perfect to be able to get it. Let's go.
Nice. Bruh.
It's our last big kingdom for moons, so we need the bros to come in strong.
That's true, that's true.
3 more sets right here, and then another 3. And then, so again, like you were saying, Gannon, there's a lot of things that just aren't going to be present.
Right.
So, like, there would be Potaboos or the lava bubbles down here chilling, just waiting to help you kind of traverse around this area. Make sure you don't die on the little Pepto-Bismol right here. Instead,
We gotta get creative.
Yeah.
there is, so normally you can only bounce on Cappy once, but by throwing Cappy out and then bouncing off the lava, that refreshes your ability to get it. This is the Forks movement. I'm gonna let y'all watch this. It's so gorgeous.
It speaks for itself.
Getting those purples, because we gotta cook.
Yeah. Oh,
Very nice.
gorgeous stuff. Him good.
Let him cook.
Bruh.
Nicely done, Forks Room. And now, once again, the lava bubbles, they're still not there. So we gotta do that same thing again, where by throwing Cappy out and then holding him, this is such gorgeous movement, he is able to get an additional bounce and just get
Very nice.
And now we gotta go on our favorite thing we like to do as speedrunners. We're going on an escort mission. That's just like a thing in games. We love escort missions. They're great. So we're gonna do a spin pound, charge up a lot of momentum, and then carry this turnip all the way over here with a triple jump, throw it across, and also save Mario as well, saving you a ton of running around and movement. And get that. That is like, that's when like you throw the basketball and it gets like stuck up on the little thing. All right.
Mario's cooking right now.
Yeah,
right?
we are literally cooking at the moment.
And we got a broom. Nice. We're gonna go for the cat vault. Let's go.
Bruh.
Lay it down, Cappy, right there. He's then going to go for a spin pound into a beautiful, cheeky little cat ball. It always looks so good. And now, chat, we have arrived. It is time to let this man cook.
Chef Mario is in the house.
Mommy! Thank you all so much for that $115,000 that you put towards getting this run of the marathon and put this man in a chef's outfit.
Yes, chef.
We chef.
We chef.
We chef.
How many moons all day, Mario?
Yes.
Yes. Alright, we're switching to yes. We're switching to yes.
Are you sure we're not switching to chef?
Yes, chef. Yes, chef. That's what we need.
All right, one of the coolest looking jumps in the game coming up.
Yes, so this is like the ultimate final boss
Oh,
of this
for sure.
kingdom. Is you look down, how's he gonna cross this? There's no possible way. With a little twirl, barely extending to
Oh, that's okay.
That's alright, that's the preview.
That's the preview. You understand what's happening? I'm giving you the visualization.
The chef has laid out the ingredients. We're now gonna make the dish.
The oven is preheated.
Right.
So long, ship. You will no longer be relevant.
And hat twirl to extend that just a little. Ooh, single block. Let's see if he can make the distance. He does! Into the beautiful cat vault. Into another spin pound. And then gonna barely set himself up to make his way down here. I love this beautiful little spin throw right here to knock out the door. Barely hitting it and wrapping yourself into the room for one more spin pound, grabbing this Potabu, making our way up, and if you have perfect movement throughout it, you can catch a very nice cycle on the last platform.
I really love that this sub area ended up making it into Eddie because it's very treacherous, but it looks very nice.
Yeah, it's so. A lot of people don't know. For the most part, like with all the different captures in the game, there's almost always a if you shake, it does something.
Yes.
And almost always for
Well,
speedrunners.
considering how filthy stinking rich we are.
So that's what allows him to do those like.
I'm gonna buy a couple of houses.
Screw movements right there. He's got one more moon he needs to
Just
get
a
up.
couple.
He's on top of the Odyssey. Odyssey kind of big.
There we go.
Please don't fall off.
I would think you'll make the platform.
Oh! Mario was going for a run there. Never seen that happen before either.
The Pepto-Bismol.
I want to buy some sauce, but apparently they don't sell any of them
It burned
here.
in my booty today.
This is an incredibly difficult kingdom so late in the run.
Especially, like, this movement in particular is very...
Yes.
Yeah, I do like a leap of faith off of here.
There it is.
What? Please stay on the platform.
You're playing with my heart, Dangers.
I'll be fine, hopefully.
Mine has already given out 4 times today. Okay, Cappy didn't want to come with me, so I guess we'll just let him cook.
You know,
Yeah,
saving's
you
all
can
I
save
want.
yourself
It's
like
just
a second or two
technically
there
more
by just
efficient
landing
to
on
just use
Cappy, so
pets
you can
and stuff
immediately hit
now.
the Odyssey and move on. But with that, we have collected almost all the power
Time-wise,
that we need
at
in the
least.
room. We are about to go into the Ruined Kingdom, so I think this is a good time. This is kind of one of the only breaks that you really have in the run. We're about to go Dark Souls 3, we're about to fight Nadir. It's going to be great. This is a perfect little
Do you guys have
2.5 minute
anything
chunk
to
of time.
say?
Char Bunny, I want us to hit that Paper Mario incentive and all the other ones after that. Let's rattle off some like 2.5 minutes of donations.
Let's take it away, yeah.
You got it. To update you on that Glitch exhibition, we are at $8,000 out of the $20,000 we need. Thank you for keeping those donations coming in for that one. I wonder if it's been helped along because we've gotten some of the most expensive bras I've ever seen in the history of anything. We have
Alright, nothing useful.
$300 from Icy who says, bruh.
Oh my god.
We have $250 from their Turtle who says, bruh, chef.
Bruh.
And we have
Alright, we're going to the desert.
$200 from Jeremy Baramy who says,
Just
bruh,
over
chef,
here.
bruh, chef, bruh.
Jeremy, I love that name. Keep going.
Yes, Jeremy Baramy, friend of the show.
Thank you so much for all of those. We all have lots of
Then
love
we'll
coming in from
use
the community.
the
We have
floater.
$10 from EuroMD who says, yes, Chef Dangers. Much love from the crew. We have $25 from
Booyah.
Sean who says, hey Dangers, so happy you're finally on stage and realizing your dream to
While
play
we're
in
on an
GDQ.
airship, we
You're
can
amazing
go
and
past
everyone in your
rocks
server
and
is cheering you on.
here's the
Less
best
than
part.
dream. Well-
TJ is my partner, so.
no random encounters.
So sweet.
After what the wind crystal disappearing did.
Also $25 from Nicole who says, hey there Dangers, so happy to see you on the GDQ stage. Your community is super proud of you and cheering you on en masse.
Yeah, there's
Good
just
luck, Fur fan.
nothing in
Thank you,
the
Nicole.
sky. By the way, you can
We
only
have $970
park your airship on perfect
from
planes.
Adam,
just the green tiles like this, the
who
perfectly
says,
green.
love to see
Forests,
one of my favorite
marshlands,
games and favorite
rivers,
sweet games
obviously
being
not
run.
the ocean.
Here's enough coins to buy
At
all
least
of the
slightly green
outfits.
stuff also works.
Alright, it's 100% time. Let's go.
Alright.
These guys saw soft.
Knock you some DLC with that. Anyway.
Strap in, we're in for a long time here.
We also do have $124 from Kino1 who says, first time attending SGDQ and so happy to see my favorite streamer getting to run in the marathon. Good luck,
So we
Davey.
no longer have to deal with
Also keeping my personal tradition of
encounters
donating
ever
the
again.
number of moons required
most
in the
part.
Super Mario Odyssey runs at GDQ.
Got it.
Thank you so much for that $124.
Very nice.
We also have $25 from Recovery One who says, yes, chef.
Yes, Chef.
Yes, chef.
Alright, this is the second to last multi-moon, so let's see if we can get our bros.
I highly doubt we'll ever need to buy
Bruh.
Tears and Softs ever again.
There.
Close enough.
I think we're good. I think we're good on that.
You know, you can never have too much.
Alright. So
That's a
Ruined Kingdom
good
is
thing.
done. Pretty
A surplus
self-explanatory kingdom.
is always
not a whole lot
good,
going
in my
on.
opinion.
Nothing has really changed.
Oh
Because
my
there is
fucking
nothing to
god.
change.
Thank you.
You know, glitch hunters out there, if we can skip this kingdom, that'd be really great. Just please find a
And
way.
people have no tact.
That being
Alright,
said, it is a kind
so
of
with the
nice
airship
break
we can
because we're going into
actually-
the last probably 10 minutes of
we can actually go get our class changes now, so... Gaia City, protected by mountains apparently. Castle of Ordeals or Citadel of Trials now, I guess. I guess I'll go to Gaia first, wherever that is. Yeah, this is the final overworld upgrade for exploration we'll get. This is as fast and as convenient life can ever get. Like this desert. Yep, you can't land on deserts. I don't know, it makes enough sense. I believe this is the place. Are the enemies here? Whoa! Alright. Welcome to Gaia. Have you been to the city south of here? I just cannot understand a word spoken there. I have wondered what language. Is that a frickin'... Do you have great power? Depends. What's that room up to? It's talking backwards. Unbelievable, you are outsiders, right? How did you get this far north? Magic. And I do mean that literally. 500? You guys are fucked. Why would I want to... The spring was kidnapped. Does it say that the castle in the west is a place to test courage? That's where I'm going. I saw a shining object flying towards the east. You see, yes, there was a professor that studied life English. Where? Are you a pirate? Hardy har, you are too late. I bottled the ferry and sold her to the caravan. Fun. I'd beat you up, but that would just waste time. Right, the ferry is supposed to be here. Everyone thinks the Tarayak in Harama Desert is a mirage. It's real. Legend says the Sky Warriors flew about here and there from a castle high in the sky. First flying ships, now flying castles. You guys are killing me. Then again, soon enough, I'll be playing Etrian Odyssey 2. These four are just getting all sorts of culture shocks right now. Alright, let's see what you guys got. Cure 4 and Harm 4. Ooh. Wait, we can learn Harm? That's fantastic, actually. Ooh. Just the caster? Why? That sounds useless. And also, holy shit, they're expensive. A gold ring. A pro ring that prevents death. Okay, that's very good. I might want to buy 4 of those. Alright, that's useless. There's the other white and black magic shop. How do I get there? Only a fairy can draw Oxy Ale from the spring. Here we go, the final level. Level 8 spells. There's no level 9. Deals base 160 holy elemental damage to all foes. Resistance to most elements. That's nice. Not bad. Inflicts time elemental paralysis on all foes. Of course, Zawarugo. Bruh. Guarantees target allies' current action will be performed at the start of the next round. This ability always activates at the start of the next combat round. That doesn't sound all that useful. But, well, looks like that's all the choices Alma has to deal with anyhow, so it's a clear cut and dry choice. Alright, I'll buy just one for now. Alright, it replaces the gauntlets. You guys don't need the gauntlets anymore. Goodbye to the silver gauntlet. Fantastic. I'm gonna make a save here. Settle out trials ST stuff here. There it is. Looks like either here or here is as close as we can get. We'll have to walk and canoe our way through. What? I want to see what that does. An Ankylosaurus. Ow. That hurt. They've got really tough defenses. What does that do? Nice. It absorbs a hit. Can't have more than one shadow image. Wow, holy shit, it won't die. Burst and Mark are kinda useful here. Miara can't stop spamming Mirage. There you go. 300 HP but a shit ton of defenses. More wyverns. Oh, of course.
Run here, Bowser's Kingdom and Moon Kingdom, two very intense kingdoms, especially if you're like on pace, your nerves are
Ooh.
up. These kingdoms can be pretty dicey, so it's a nice little break.
Yeah, Moon has a couple of absolutely massive skips to go for them, absolutely heavy run. And Bowser's Kingdom is both a test of your movement, just lots of little micro movements to save time everywhere, and then an unbelievable final boss fight.
Bears?
We'll see how
Catman.
those situations go here.
Yeah,
Ah, they get
Bowser's Kingdom
poisoned.
is also like the most painfully linear kingdom in this run. Like you have to get every story mode in this kingdom to progress.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a different take on here where you don't actually see up there highlighted how many power moons. So beautiful movement right here for Dangers though to get up there, not utilizing the Pokio. You're just gonna mostly try to skip the Pokio throughout a number of sequences, and we're gonna get to that in just a little bit. But now a beautiful triple jump off of that very thin, great movement right there to bait the enemy to land down, exposing its weak point, and then immediately going, hey, yo, we got some. T-posing up the hurt. But yeah, a little bit of a different take here. They don't show how many power moons you necessarily need for this kingdom. There are 6 mandatory story moons. You need to get to 8 power moons total. So you're wondering why Dangerous is going to pick up 2
Resisting poison means if you have poison, you get scared of it immediately.
We need them to be 2
That's
very
cool.
fast power moons.
Exactly. And this section right here is probably like it's a showcase of the best movement Mario Odyssey has to offer, but it is also exceptionally difficult. Starting off with that quick little dive back on the shards, grabbing another shard with a roll cancel, bouncing straight up onto the roof, grabbing 2 shards in the process. But it's not over yet. This movement is incredibly difficult.
Oh, it just missed.
So yeah, what was supposed to happen there is the bird was supposed to hit the bomb for him, and then he would use Cappy to
Fucking
grab the
tiger.
shard. But that is still incredible.
Yeah, it's an incredibly complicated strat with where you lay Cappy there, trying to like bait the Pokio in the right spot in order to break open that gate.
Yeah.
But everything, the 4 shards building up that was textbook, beautiful stuff for Dangerous. And well backed up. We got bombed on as well, but that was you gotta get back to the game a little bit.
That's right.
Now we're gonna go for another Dram strat right here. Again, laying out Cappy.
I'm gonna be a bit reckless with my spells.
Up to this moon, and then
I'm gonna use a cabin when I get to
snap
the Citadel.
Right here.
Bring it back. Snap back to reality. Some would say there goes gravity. Anyways,
Potentially.
we don't want to get DMC.
Right,
We're going to
yeah.
have 2 boss fights right here with Harriet and Ty.
Yeah, Harriet, there's a very funny looking new strat here. I'll let it speak for itself, honestly. Floating bomb.
Float bomb.
So that bomb is open. Harriet is running away. Come back, please.
Nice.
So we're gonna let the bomb just float there for a second, but then we can hit it into her
There's
to
Jailstra.
get the second hit right away.
Beautiful. The absolute slam dunk on her afterwards.
Alright, this is preferably the last time ever we level up.
To line this up,
Sure,
throw
I
out
went the
Cappy,
wrong way.
and then immediately hit that back into her. Very nicely done.
That's Harriet. We just gotta do Topper. Now
I'm
Topper
outta
is way more
here.
hats than before.
I went to the hat store.
Yeah, you got a couple of them.
I love how you just juggle them on the first one.
Throwing out Cappy there. As soon as you knock out 2 quick ones in a row, you can do that. If you time your jump perfectly, you can cancel him out of his attack. And then doing just 1 right there on a little micro optimization to knock him down. Topper's in, out, getting at it good. He's done.
And we can move on to the ending part of Bowser's Kingdom.
So in total, you're supposed to fight the Brutals. Very nicely done. You're supposed to fight the Brutals each 2 times, theoretically, in like the main story. So 8 total fights. Dangerous does 3 of them, because he is hard forced to have to do them. All the others have been cut to the front.
Yeah, which is incredible because, again, like, if you watch the run from, what, 5 years ago now? Was it 5 years?
5 years.
Like 5.5. Yeah.
We were still doing, like, almost more than half of them, I think.
So now, one of the last big series of movements, this unbelievable climb from Dangerous right here. Gonna have to pick up 1 more power move just out in the open. We're gonna make our way around here, knock out these crates, and then he's gonna try to go for a strat right here where he has some momentum coming out.
Okay, I'm gonna skip that next.
Yeah. Instead, he's gonna have to do something almost harder and do some blind movement right here, where the camera is locked in place for a while. So just skip out of all this Pokio movement, but now we are gonna use the Pokio, the little Tweety bird right here with the long nose. And utilizing a series of shakes and just regular jumps up with the controller, he's able to make it up this entire climb, catching all these cycles perfectly. Little micro adjustments, immediately did capture like he's Yoshi, and make our way up to one of the biggest boss battles. Well, not the biggest boss battle in the round. We got Mecha Brutal.
Anyway, we are officially in Peninsula Power territory.
Alright, so
I don't need
right
to go
off
to the
bat,
Peninsula
you're
of
gonna be
Power
climbing up the
anymore
right
to
side of the
fight
deck here, to reach
the
right
high
level.
level,
That
high
was incredibly
XP
hard, but he made it
enemies.
very easy.
because
Then
I'm already at
getting
that
on
level
top,
and I'm already
top,
fighting
you
said
dive
enemies.
Straight onto the top of bubble, very nice.
And in fact stronger.
Optimization over what used to be done. And now after you get 2 of the bubbles going, after half of it's done, you do have a little auto-scroller phase here where you're basically just standing on top of the mech, waiting for the end. But after the mech runs into the wall here, the second time he is going to be setting up for the 3rd hit, spinning in place, hoping to hit Harriet as soon as she's available. Immediate, and there is a new strat here as well where he does a spit pound and a grab pound in a very specific spot, dives straight onto the bubble and hits it. Very nice.
Absolutely beautiful.
You cooked so hard.
I'm cooking up a storm out here.
Yeah.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yeah.
Woo. Chef. Ooh, chef. Chef. Go, chef.
All right. That means 1 more kingdom.
Alright.
One final kingdom to go. You thought that was the final battle. Woo! And those are our
That was
final
actually really
powers. That was 124. That was a great final one. Good. Round of applause for yourself. 124 power moons. Run from start to finish.
I always love these GDQ Super Mario Odyssey runs because the audience is always hyped up for them, and it's always such a pleasure to see.
Absolutely.
I want to say so is our team at home. We have $10 from Peroxide, who says, "Hey Dangers, absolutely loved this run, and I'm so elated to see you on the GDQ main stage. So proud to be your brother, especially right now in this moment. Love you, Birdie. Bring this run home."
Thank you, Peroxide.
Woo! Woo!
It was worth a try.
Yeah, we actually have, if you want to rattle off like 2 or 3 more donations, it's actually the longest cutscene in the run is getting up to moon.
That's right.
You got it. We have $10 from Duckable, who says, "Love this community and the game. Best of luck to the bird extraordinaire. Let's get those moons." We also have $100 from Radicoon, who says, "Good job, Chef Bra RD." We have $250 from Browser, who says, "So hyped for the Super Mario Odyssey run. Best of luck, Dangers. Trailblaze through those moons." Donation goes to Paper Mario Glitch Exhibition, which is now at $9,500 out of the needed $20,000, rapidly approaching that halfway mark. Thank
I'm
you,
very
everyone.
good at going into the wrong way, huh?
Need a freedom.
So many freedom.
So many freedom.
So many Frida.
I love both Cappy speak in this game and the new Donkians.
Yeah.
Right. Bringing back those vectors from the beginning of the game, except this time we're Mario on the moon.
Woo! Go
Die.
pretty far with this flow of gravity, combined with that vector movement. So he's
Wow,
going to try to perfectly time a roll right here to carry it onto this next platform. Well done. And now use these amazing rocket flowers. I wish they were in more places in the game. Throwing in some vectoring right here to gain even more speed. Still having that rocket flower to make our way around to one of the very first skips
You can
that was
get
found in
with an
Super Mario
anti-venom.
Odyssey, the Moon Cave skip. There's supposed to be an
Or
entire
not.
final dungeon, and Dangerous is going for an even more aggressive version of it.
Well,
No, it didn't.
Let's
Never
go
mind.
have the big
Yo.
saves.
we'll take
Nice save, man.
Thank you.
That was all planned. All planned.
Yeah, calculated.
There's a much more beginner-friendly version of that where you skip, where you jump off of the left wall. Instead, he keeps a straighter line going up. Saving so about a second and a half. That was beautiful stuff here by Dangerous. And now we have the second and final battle with Bowser.
You might as well just cast Float.
This one I find arguably a little bit easier.
I love this move right
I'm
here.
almost
We're
there.
going to capture the hat and then roll with it, carrying it all the way up to Bowser and catching it before he jumps away.
Nice little cycle skip. Good 6 seconds there, too.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, because ideally what Dangerous wants to do, I know.
Hello, Father.
Alright, and then yeah, this little fire phase in between, very like intimidating, but
I'm not very good
it's
at
just
that,
kinda
but I'm gonna heal
a
Tailthrow
preliminary
before
phase
using
where
the
you can just
cabin
get back into Bowser's face here.
or house.
And what Dangerous is doing there is timing a backflip perfectly to land just on the inner above part of the hat to capture it immediately. If he catches it too close
Really?
to Bowser, if he hits it too soon, it'll just get knocked back onto Bowser. If he does it too late, then the hat will fall to the side. So it's imperative that he times that perfectly. Not quite as intimidating as you would think.
Yeah.
And now we're going to utilize a damage boost right here, setting up for the last one. Beautifully timed on both of those.
That's just so the hats don't mess with you when you're trying to do your backflip.
Right.
Huh.
It's going to give you one more fake out, and then that is Bowser done. We have one sequence left in the run. Well done, fight.
Alright, I'll be right back before
One
we do
sequence left
this.
in the run. We are going to be capturing our good friend, Mr. Bowser, and trying to get spoilers. You're getting spoiled in a second. We're going to be trying to get to the end of the run, but there is one more major skip to go for. Ganon, explain it for us.
Alright, so coming up, there is a massive 2D section near the end of the run. You know, it's pretty cool. Casually, you go in, you turn into 2D Bowser, but it is actually possible to entirely skip that. Basically, the whole section is made up of sections, and they fall apart, like they break apart, they fall down, and it's possible to stand on the seams of where they break off.
We'll see how it goes. This is one of the hardest tricks in the run.
And it's right at the end.
Alright.
There's just little pixels you can stand on.
Which I'm trying to find. Oh, hit my head.
Oh.
Okay.
That second jump is the hardest one by a lot. Oh. 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 Oh, so close.
Okay, I'm
That's
gonna take it.
Yeah,
You're running a little bit behind, but you can understand the idea there. You're trying to climb up the side, and you can just kind of land on the corners like that and get all the way up to the top of the kingdom. So,
Wally's also just casually doing these little wraparound strats in 2D mode.
Yeah,
Those are very scary.
I kind of liked it when I was trying to explain that, but I can't overstate how hard that trick is. Well,
It's so hard.
that's like probably the hardest trick in the run. It's so stupid.
And now we've got the final room. We have got to knock down these pillars. You got to hit each of the 4 of them 5 times to knock them down. He ideally wants to completely blow up this front right one first with long-range fireballs. A lot of people don't even know you can use fireballs as Bowser. But we're doing. He's making sure to turn the camera to make sure they're all going to hit. Manipulating where they're going to angle. Already knocked down. That was a super clean first pillar. And as he gets up, he's then going to switch to the Bowser Claw swipes to more rapidly knock them down. One slap right there. He's got 5 hits left, and he's going to try to stall himself out here in just a second after hitting a few more. Hopefully, he doesn't get sniped by any rocks. That is beautifully done. And now we're on to the final platform. Get ready on time. This man is pressing Y as rapidly as he can.
time is going to end as soon as Bowser shoots out of this final wire right here.
3, 2, 1.
Time.
Woo! Awesome stuff, Dangers.
That was incredible.
It was a fun one. I was happy that we got to do some of the new stuff. Happy to kind of show off some of the really interesting optimizations. It's funny that those were the ones that I got, and some of the ones that we've been doing forever. Like I said, this is my first time up on the stage. It's been an absolute pleasure. I just want to give a shout out to my community for showing up, all the donations that are rolling in. Like, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. That goes to friends and family as well.
Take it to the road
Shout out
crown
to
and
the 2
bring
commentators behind me.
back
I can
proof
think
of
of no
your
better
courage.
people
Good luck.
to have behind me on the couch right now.
What
Well, I
crown?
could, but they can't be all me.
Listen.
I love
The
it.
trial begins.
Yes, yeah.
But they all can't be here, you know. If I could have 1 million people behind me on the couch, you know I would. It really is an honor to be able to play this game. I showcase it on my channel all the time. So if you like Super Mario Odyssey speedrunning, this is genuinely one of the best speed games to get into. I think it's the easiest, one of the easiest to learn, one of the most difficult to master. There's so much resources out there, and the community really is a welcoming and just a really friendly place to get into speedrunning. If you don't have a first game, let this one be your first game. That's all I really got to say about it. Shoutouts to the donations that rolled in too to get us cooking.
We were cooking. Let's go.
We were cooking. And we were only about halfway through GDQ. I'm super excited for the rest of this event, and I hope you guys are too. So stick around, stay tuned, and keep getting those incentives in. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Thank you again for that absolutely fantastic run of Super Mario Odyssey. Can we get one more round of applause for Chef Dangers and the couch? I think I can wrap everything up with $500 from Anonymous, who says, "Let's go."
Southern. South again. East. Which way is east? Hey, a Zombo! Let's do this like old times, friend. This one? Enemy? Ooh, mud golems. 88. Or either they have like 400 or 200-ish HP. Oh wow, they're really resistant. Right, well, that's one down. There should be another. The Zeus Gauntlet, yes. It lets you use lightning to give it to Teosra. Now she has something she can do. And Mark is now officially useless. Medusa. Uh-oh. Eee! I think silencing should work. Darkness as well, why not? Yeah. Yeah, that is the big one. Yeah, this is your towel. So check this out. Yeah. Oh yeah, lightning, silencing works. Dang it. Sure, I went the wrong way. Zombies are unavoidable. They seem weak to time magic as well, which I think makes a lot of sense. They decay since they're dead and stuff.
First game, so it's only natural for it to have a large presence in Super Smash Bros. Second only to maybe the Mario and Fire Emblem series, it's no surprise that out of the 88 fighters in Smash Ultimate, for Pokemon to occupy more than 10% of that. Well known in their game of origin for their iconic RPG elements, Pokemon are no strangers to combat, routinely facing off against their fellow creatures with the support of kids, teens, and adults the world over, making use of their various types, abilities, and most of all, moves. There's a fairly extensive amount of source material, so much so that my friend Machrock is going to make a video theorizing potential movesets throughout their Pokemon if they were to ever come out. In fact, I'm going to be part of that video, so stay tuned for it. In any case, with how acquainted Pokemon is with fighting and their elaborate repertoire of attacks, and designing their movesets in game rather colorful. Contrasting with Smash's other main lines boasting a multitude of fighters themselves, Pokemon has indisputably the most variety and diversity among its members, having extensive differences in playstyle and movesets between them that far surpasses that of any other. For example, a common yet personally unsubstantiated gripe in the early days of Smash Ultimate was how exhausted players were of the Fire Emblem franchise's new additions, citing how similarly each cast member played. I for one disagree with that notion. I think there's a lot of differences between the old two characters, but I won't deny that sword fighter characters do definitely share a lot of the same gameplay. Likewise with The Legend of Zelda, with Link, Toon Link, and Young Link's moves resembling each other in regards to theme and win condition. On the other hand, when you take a look at the roster of Pokemon, it's incredible to see just how different they are from one another, with the obvious exception of Pikachu and Pichu. I'd argue they have the most colorful cast of characters out of any franchise, but moveset variety
Trap really debated me.
Many of them happen to be incredibly powerful, with the likes of Pikachu, Greninja, and Pokemon Trainer ranking among the upper echelons of Ultimate's metagame. Yet curiously, despite fielding both a diverse and stacked roster of contenders, Pokemon tend to be some of the less used characters in the game. So far, I made a wide open place on Pikachu, Mewtwo, Greninja, Incineroar, Pokemon Trainer, and Jigglypuff, which may or may not be an indication of a recurring instance here. Obviously, I'm not implying that the Pokemon archetype is the least played in the series, but for a roster of its size, for none of its members to have a relatively high presence in the metagame is a rare phenomenon. So, let's go through exactly what holds them back from mainstream attention, even in spite of a good number of them being very powerful.
Oh, they're weak.
The core essence of Pokemon is founded in its usage of gimmicks. In the home series, Pokemon are mostly divided into gimmicks rather than types. For example, electric types are known for being fast, possessing high offensive stats at the cost of low defense. For the likes of Raichu, Electro, Jolteon, and Manectric and stuff, that is indeed correct. But on the other hand, you have comparatively slower, bulkier electro types such as Delibird, Magnemite, Electros, and Vigavolt, who still hit like a truck, but trade speed for more durability.
Be able to cast spells.
By a noticeable amount too.
Please
so
don't die, don't die, don't die.
Fire, water, dragon, steel, ghost type. They designate gimmicks.
No!
For example, you have Pokemon that excel in stall teams, Pokemon for sweeping, Pokemon for disruption, Pokemon for type coverage, etc. Admittedly, I haven't been up to date with the competitive scene as I used to play mostly in Gen 6 and 7, but regardless, how does this transfer over to Smash? Rather faithfully. Pokemon and Smash are the least beholden to archetypes compared to the others. Instead, they focus on their own playstyle and identity, or in other words, they have their own gimmicks. Evaluating Greninja at a surface level, it's hard to really call him a brawler even though one might think he is one. Greninja plays more like a hit and runner, not unlike Zeus, Samus, and Inkling, but at the same time he plays very differently, even from members of that archetype. Evaluating Mewtwo or Lucario, who both possess variants of Charge Shot, neither of them play anywhere near remotely close to a Zoner or Trapper the way Samus, Wii Fit Trainer, and Mii Gunner do. In fact, though he was viewed as the spiritual successor to Mewtwo, Lucario doesn't play anything like him. Mewtwo's amazing ground speed allows him to play uncharacteristically aggressive for someone of his resilience or lack thereof, having a smothering advantage state on par with sword fighters and amazing area coverage. Meanwhile, Lucario is a close quarters fighter who alternates between playing hot and cold with his trademark aura mechanic, making him extremely high risk but extremely high reward. It's safe to say that no two Pokemon play exactly the same way, not even Pikachu and Pichu. The former plays more evasive hit and run punish oriented, while the latter plays rush down in your face. Their properties differ greatly from each other, as opposed to Link, Young Link, and Toon Link, who all sort of look for the same things. How this adversely affects their popularity is that it forces anyone with a vested interest in playing them to learn them entirely from scratch, forfeiting them from relying on any preconceptions from other characters to learn this one.
So I can keep going like this,
Charge shots, but their playstyles fundamentally
or I can
differ from other
restart.
charge shot characters.
And you know what? I think it's
Even call
funny.
them the same archetype. If you oversimplify it, then yes, you can spam Aura Sphere or Shadow Ball until the end of time. But without supplemental zoning pressure such as Mephin's Header or Samus's Bombs, merely having a charge shot is not sufficient enough at defaulting to that playstyle. It's not those projectiles alone that makes them scary, it's that they can create situations that make the likelihood of getting blasted by one extremely high. Mewtwo Shadow Ball is more of a pressure tool to set up his other tools, rather than those other tools creating pressure to set up into Shadow Ball. So you have to think of a Pokemon-specific gimmick and learn to play around said gimmick. But oftentimes, the more unusual a character is, the more impractical or intuitive they can be. Lucario is an even bigger offender of this. All things considered, his moveset isn't half bad. He's
I don't
good close
care how
quarters
easy
and
they are,
situationally
I'm running.
specialist, but his viability gets hamstrung completely by the fluctuating power of each attack. Honestly,
Snorting,
if Aura was
what?
taken out and his
You guys
moveset
trying to make me smoke?
probably be a much better
Drugs!
Mewtwo as well. He's the
A
Sephiroth
heal
before Sun.
staff, that's
Circumstantially,
fantastic.
Mewtwo can be a more threatening mid-range fighter than the very class that specializes in that field of combat. But his
Oh,
gimmick
God.
leads to a wider performance range without necessarily the right incentive to play for it. Think about it like this: you have character A with a performance range of 80 to 120, and
That's
character
it, I'm
B with a
screwed.
performance range of 60 to 140. Both of them average out at 100.
I'm supposed to be immune to those.
Making them more inconsistent by design. The idea is that on paper, by having a greater downside, you have a greater upside, but in practice, with the burden of execution always taking precedence, you're gonna see more 60 than you're gonna see 140.
I was lied
The
to.
onus falls on you to reach that 140. It's not like a roll of the die or a coin flip where there's an equal chance of getting any possibility. In Smash, you have to work towards that possibility, while the lower range will always be there no matter how good you get in light of your opponent also influencing the performance range in question. Theoretically, Maxar or Lucario is one of the deadliest characters known to man. Leo found that out firsthand at Miami. But that's assuming Lucario can get to that percentage and then never get hit for the rest of the match. It's simply not tenable. And what did Leo do afterwards? He spent the entire rest of the game never letting Vivian even move. Essentially, higher variance is almost always a negative thing in competitive games because you're fighting against the curve. The reason characters like Palutena, Rob, Steve, Snake, and Cloud are so popular is because they have tight performance ranges, which are conducive to consistent performance. Being inherently gimmicky characters, every Pokemon suffers from performance inconsistency to some capacity. Pikachu was once regarded as the best character in the game, but with no conclusive empirical data to back up that claim, everyone now thinks he's overrated. It's true that Pikachu's assets greatly outweigh his flaws, but compared to other characters with a similar nature as him, Pikachu can be surprisingly difficult and exhausting to play. As a Cloud main, I can't imagine how Pikachu scores kills in neutral outside of setups. He doesn't really have an easy straight hit option like a back air, forward tilt, up tilt, or something like that. His edge guarding is one of the best in the game, but that requires you to win the onstage game first, and it doesn't help that he's very susceptible to getting walled out, rendering his offstage pressure basically ineffective in certain situations. On top of adding more fluctuations in performance, the gimmicks of each Pokemon can drastically skew their properties, which is thematically favorable to their games of origin. Pokemon can strongly counter one group of enemies and get strongly countered by another group. In Smash though, as mentioned with consistency, even if it means not having as high of a ceiling, having a balanced matchup spread is top priority. Take Greninja for instance. Greninja is known for its immaculate speed both on the ground and in the air.
My
The way he
Zeus
can move around, especially
Gauntlet.
with his very
I think it was
movement,
somewhere
options like
around
Water
here.
Shuriken's Air Stall or Shadow Sneak, he can move. Arguably one of the most difficult fighters to catch if he commits to playing evasively, and if he gets in on you, he can combo you and pressure you like crazy no matter how high above or how far off stage you are. All those strengths come at the expense of an egregious vulnerability to being pressured himself, possessing little if any means of breaking out a shield or shrugging off disadvantage. And just like I talked about with that fluctuating range, even if hypothetically Greninja can achieve more pressure than other high movement characters like ZSS or Wolf, not having a get-offing tool invalidates his strengths. Comparing Greninja to someone like Steve, Greninja can run circles around Steve until the end of time thanks to Steve having rather terrible movement outside of Minecart, but eventually he has to interact with Steve, which Steve can use to just outbox, outbrain data, out everything at him. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Incineroar bets all his chips on power. He trades almost all summons of functional mobility for extreme close quarters combat. Everyone remarks on how if he had the physics of Cloud or Zero Suit, he would be an even bigger threat than Fox, and I'd have to agree. Instin's tendency to get kited by anyone remotely
Unfortunately for you ladies,
keeping him balanced. And though his
the Uriai Guild much prefers women that don't turn them into stone when they look at them.
We still have to play extremely reckless on him and go for big YOLO calls because trying to play the normal way on him just won't work.
Unlike men, women don't get hard on.
Is because Bowser has a better balance of attributes.
I'm sorry.
Pokemon trainer who has 3 completely different Pokemon packed into one has very skewed properties. Squirtle has great speed, a good combo game, solid rolls, small hurtbox, and fantastic break data, but he has basically no damage or kill power to speak of. His smash attacks and back throw are
sorry, but
powerful,
really
he
I'm
likes to
not.
mix the setup into them, the way even his fellow Pokemon Pikachu can with stuff like Nair to down smash or down tilt dash attack. And let's not forget, Squirtle is a poor off-stage game. Ivysaur has incredibly dangerous mid-range pressure, and unlike Squirtle,
Ow,
great kill
poison.
confirms. He's got a noticeably stronger neutral game and can rack up percent without much difficulty, but like, half his moveset isn't even useful. He also has, inarguably, the worst disadvantage of the three, and the worst air control as well. Charizard has bootishly strong power and great mid-range, being able to play the spacing game and having fantastic throws, plus a respectively strong out-of-shield game. But his moves are among the least safe on shield, and most if not all of them require serious commitment to be used, giving him a bad neutral game relative to the other two. Because you can only ever access one Pokemon at a time, you're always dealing with the glaring weaknesses of each one whether you like it or not. And with all three of them sharing the same weakness of a bad disadvantage, they're all prone to being overwhelmed, especially off stage. So despite having three Pokemon, they're still beholden to the wide variance in performance, probably more so given you have to balance three of them. To be fair, every character in this game has strengths and weaknesses, glaring ones at that. So why am I making a big deal out of this for Pokemon than for other characters? Because their entire designs are based around having extreme strengths and extreme weaknesses. That's the whole premise. Pokemon are designed to not be balanced. The closest we get is Pikachu, and even then you wouldn't call him the same kind of well-rounded fighter as Mario or Palutena, would you? Mewtwo, Extreme, Pikachu, Extreme, Jigglypuff, Extreme, Pokemon Trainer, Extreme, Lucario, Extreme, Greninja, Extreme, Incineroar, Extreme. There is not a single Pokemon that's designed to be a general all-purpose fighter. Each of them fully spec'd into a certain field and leave themselves wide open somewhere else, but that's the whole point of the franchise. There is no Pokemon who can take on every other Pokemon without problem. Try Simate, there's always
kept
weak
getting
points.
higher and higher.
Mewtwo was created to be this ultimate
And then the
Pokemon
last
who
one
can
was
triumph
just
over
the
anybody,
lowest.
but a good darker ghost type will put him in his place. The point of Pokemon is not to find the ultimate one, but the ultimate team. A group of 6 Pokemon covering each other's weak points and augmenting each other's strengths. And no, I don't care how many videos of can you beat Pokemon with only X or how many monotype playthroughs you watch. The goal of the series is to create a well-balanced, well-constructed team that can handle most if not all situations. Isolated from the teammate's health, a Pokemon's weaknesses become very clear, and since Pokemon fighters were made to have really high peaks and really low valleys, whether or not it's canonically accurate to the source material, cough cough Mewtwo, Pokemon are heavily exploitable. Pokemon Trainer, despite being a team of 3, are designed to where all 3 Pokemon share the same issue of really bad disadvantage states in exchange for oppressive advantage states. This doesn't mean Pokemon are weak or badly designed, it's just the way they were specifically designed can be a big turnoff in competitive where players value reliability over explosivity. Putting all your eggs into one basket and leaving nothing for the rest doesn't make for a very good choice in the long term. That being said, the potential for optimization is there, and we're beginning to see the consequences of it. Having talked in the last video about Skyja's breakout performances with Incineroar or base into a Jigglypuff, fully committing to a Pokemon's win condition and doing your best to prevent them from exploiting your weak points will net you results far greater than other characters in your respective tier. It just takes a serious, almost unrealistic amount of time and investment to exhaustively explore the ins and outs of a character. I'm still a believer that on paper Pikachu is top 3. Ever since Sam stopped going to majors, Shiny Mark has taken over as the best Pikachu in the world, and he's been inching closer and closer to that optimal Pikachu we've all been theorizing about. Quid, if the guy actually traveled, could show us just how BS Pokemon Trainer can be when you fully master all 3 of them. Tarek has been proving to us that Greninja might actually be a contender for top 20. The point is, Pokemon characters have potential, a lot of it. Accessing that potential is an overwhelmingly daunting task, which is why there aren't that many representatives for any of them. But the few who do are beginning to showcase what happens if you tap into the upper levels of their performance ranges. That concludes my assessment on the Pokemon franchise and Smash. Let me know your thoughts on them in the comments down below, whether you agree or disagree with my viewpoint on them. As always though, if you enjoyed the video, it would be great if you left a like and subscribed. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter @VarsRam, join my Discord server, and check out my other character discussions if you haven't yet. But till next time, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.
Some other addict. All you had to do to win was score higher than the person you were up against, and then you could move on in hopes of reaching the grand finals. I started my tournament run without any warm-up, but this was my opponent's 2nd game ever, so I really didn't have anything to be scared of.
Yeah, let's just see where we left off.
Oh, really?
Oh, oops, I forgot. The last game I played, I had a watermelon in it. That's so embarrassing. Oh yeah, I already started mine.
Oh, nice.
A little...
How you doing? What's your score?
218.
Wow, mine's 0. But I've got some good fruits on the board.
Yeah, starting a little
I want
messy,
more
if I
slots,
can
so.
be honest, but I think I can clean it up.
How confident do you feel in this tournament?
Yeah, fuck it, let's get rid of the caps.
If I have the 3rd highest peak and I personally feel very consistent, I feel good. I personally do think I'm very consistent at this game.
You really are. I've watched you get watermelon many times.
I like how they get to choose what you like.
Wait, what do you mean?
Sometimes you just get 7 cherries in a row, and then you say, sure, that's what I wanted. I think just the pressure of tournament is terrifying in a game like this, because I can have an incredible game,
One last
but
float.
if a piece just flies into the stratosphere, what am I supposed to do, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes shit just falls into place, you know? It's like life, really, if you think about it.
It truly is. This game is just like life.
Now it's
Yeah,
time
I
for the
think,
dragon fight.
Dawn, Mr. Datasec is just playing this game for the first time.
Or
think
I
that puts me
skip
in a
the
pretty
dragon
easy
fight
first game.
because
Cherries
float
are little
is
bitches.
absolutely
Yeah, but sometimes
overpowered.
They do make miracles, you know?
They're great for like
Just
pushing big.
Out of curiosity, what would have happened
Oh no.
if I fought the
Oh maybe.
zombie dragons?
Is it a maybe?
Oh,
We're already at the maybes? No?
I don't know where I should put this.
Dragon zombie.
Okay, so
Oh, that was worse.
if only those could have touched. I
So
God, why
fire
did I greet
Dia.
it? Why did I greet it? I had so much room. So, new idea. Let's not go cold into a tournament next time, yeah? But before I talk about who won,
Recommend
let's
level
talk about
23.
today's sponsor, Aero.
Screw that.
A completely new and unique hydration
I could have
experience.
beaten it
Have you been trying to drink
with my
more water
team.
but need a little more motivation to drink more water? Well,
I
Aero
have
solves that
3
by harnessing the
usages
power of scent-based
of Fire
taste.
3
These bottles use
I could have
scented
used
pods
against
that,
it.
when activated by the bottle's straw, transport water and air through the pod and into your mouth. And that's where the science behind Aerup's scent-based taste kicks in. It's essentially smelling with your mouth. Scent is the
Alright,
perfect
that
type
was
of
awesome.
gift-giving. Aerup has put together limited edition bundles specifically for the holidays. You can get huge savings on these bundles all throughout the holiday season, up to 40% off for a limited time on all orders. Aerup's biggest sale ever. Aerup bottles come in stainless steel, which I have right here, but
Alright, now that we have the rat tail, we need to head back to the ship and go to southwest. One of them is home to Bahamut. The Cardia Islands, I believe. According to this map. Alright, let's not cabin just yet. It would be a bit of a waste, I think. I will use up the rest of my floats. You guys have no idea. What kind of power I possess now. I have a Zeus gauntlet. I guess Ramu wasn't in the game yet. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Part of the franchise yet. Ooh, it's all targeting. pretty darn epic.
If you're looking to give a bit more color with your gift, there's also the Triton bottle, which is available in a bunch of other fun colors. There's plenty of flavors to choose from too, from mango passion fruit to iced tea peach, and my personal favorite, cherry. So no matter who you're shopping for, you'll always be able to find a flavor they love. So ask yourself, who in your life could use the gift of taste this holiday season? I know I've done a few other AirUp sponsors, but be sure to check out the link in the description this time and make sure you don't miss out on AirUp's biggest sale ever. And thank you again to AirUp for sponsoring this video. I thought I lost by greeting that one apple, but sometimes God has favorites. So next up was another round for me to warm up on, but the person I was up against barely broke 1,000 before busting and playing a fashion dress-up sim. Also, how do you feel if I play some other fucking music? So I took the free win and moved on to my hardest match yet.
Wait, so if I win this, do we have to do a tiebreaker?
I think it's head-to-head. One of my least favorite parts about this game,
yeah, there's just a bunch of holes.
It's just when it flicks from one side of the screen to the other.
Yep, I got fucked over by that earlier.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Where am I supposed to go? Alright, I mean, there's loot inside apparently, so... all of them should be good. Only the courageous ones bring back the proof of their courage. A fucking rat's tail. Stick, throw it over. No, don't do that. Yeah, when Yuri I found this thinking it would be an epic item, only to find it was a rat's tail, they half considered getting rid of it. But considering how light of a load it is, as long as they don't bother, it should be fine. And they're soon about to find out what a big mistake it would have been if they got rid of it. Oh, here it is. Bahamut. This is Bahamut's room. Bahamut verifies the true courage of all. And I have lots of true courage. The tail of a rat proves your courage. I shall give you the honor of due true warriors. Yeah! Okay, and now he just says that. Oh, look at them. They've gotten sexier. Their faces are so much smaller. Umag still doesn't have access to magic. When we level up, we should get way more slots. And soon enough access to level 7 and 8. Let's look at the skills. We now have Super Jump. Jump high in the air, leaving the battlefield for 1 round. Upon return, deals critical damage to all foes, ignoring defense. Alright, so it hits everyone now. I guess that's more worth it. Now it's 2 rounds of fatigue. Fly High executes an immediate super jump, moving existing fatigue status and make the user unaffected by fatigue for the next 3 rounds of combat. This ability always activates at the start of the next round of combat. Aha! That's pretty good. Oh, and we got a Dragon Killer ability now. Swaps all available charges between 2 of the user's magic levels. Allows overcharge. Available charges may exceed the current maximum amount for the given level. That's really good. How do I use it? Restores target allies. Limit ability. Cannot target self. Ooh. Most core white and black magic spells Hell yeah. Reserves. Use a stored terrain sample to cast a spell. Yeah, we can store a spell now. Oh wow, guaranteed weakness break. Sample the current terrain and store it for later use in battle. Using the reserves combat skill can only store one terrain sample at a time. Oh, it samples the entire spell list. Epic. Yeah, we have the heal staff by now, so healing shouldn't be a problem. Oh, never mind. This increases armor and HP. Alright. Spikes is good, I suppose. I don't know, which spell list should I keep? Well, for now, this spell list seems pretty cool to me. Water seems pretty cool too. It has water and thunder-based magic, and healing still. Anything that has healing is always gonna be good. And then the marshlands are also another good one, I think. Oh, you guys are gonna get it. So how does limits work? Bruh. Bruh. Hell yeah. We have power now. Oh, I forgot. Target ally gains double cast. Oh my goodness. Halts actions other than the casters for 3 turns. Yo! Tails has someone! Woo! So, Alma has an absurd amount of spell usages now. Holy shit. I think she might actually genuinely be just the best spellcaster. Bro! Bruh. If you are brave enough, try meeting the King of the Dragons, Bahamut. Unprofitable business is not a practice of the dragons of Cardia. What? Do you mean they don't practice capitalism, or they are straight up kings of capitalism? Or queens? Alright. Sounds cool. What happened to those times? Why did they stop? Was it the humans? It was definitely the humans. That's the one I visited first. Alright, let me check the magic list here. Fire damage to a single foe. Poison damage with chance for poison. Anti-venom is nice. A lot of enemies still use poison. It'll never stop being annoying, but then again, using softs aren't that much of a big issue, so I'll refrain. We are going to the Castle of Ordeal to the northeast. There we will test and bring back proof of our courage. Once in the north, there were beautiful palaces and big mechanical castles. Alright, I guess that's nice. A house! Lovely. 10 gold, alright. There's definitely some kind of cooldown. They all look so bulky. They went from chibi to straight up just JoJo characters. All of the changed classes look like that. They just start looking really jacked like they're JoJo characters. Alright, good to know. There was absolutely nothing here. Just some guy telling us about Bahamut and how great of a guy he is. I feel like that's a fight over there. Nope. Hell yeah, free money. Apparently we're gonna need to keep at least 50,000 with us. We can go back to any magic stores I still don't have full slots on. And see what I can get. Yeah, there's a lot to do, but I'm gonna have to save those for next episode. I believe that's everything, so... Next stop. Despite being able to take to the skies, there isn't much we can do other than just explore blindly. In fact, our next destination will be to restore the water crystal, and where else do we go to do that but underwater? I believe level 5 spells are in the ruined city. Yeah. Hell yeah. We can get life. We can get a life. And I will save 100 gold as just pocket change for us now. Being stingy won't do us any good.